noticed that dead wire was like nerfed to the ground in Black Ops 3.
Everything about zombies was nerfed to the ground in that fucking game.
Yeah, but at least their weapons were really powerful enough to help me survive for really high rounds.
I didn't care. The map was dog shit. I hated Black Ops 3 Zombies.
Yeah.
I mean, I talked about this with Mike. The thing with that made zombies for a couple years there just so absolutely dog meat. Just the fact that the way the maps were laid out.
I know for me, the base maps were like okay at best, but not like the greatest in the series. But although it did mark the conclusion to the Group 935 storyline.
So the thing that made the maps so different was, in this game, you have 2 ways to get the power. 2 ways to get the pack-a-punch and power. That's it.
Yeah.
It's a very linear, very direct way to go about things. There's not like 20 different ways of going about it. The map isn't massive with like 1,000 different entrances. No, like you have 2 paths, and that's it. And then you're good to go. Think about the map that started in Black Ops 3, Shadows of Evil. What a god-awful way to introduce zombies in that game, by the way. What a horrible map. What a horrible map. So many different paths, man. No, I know. I think about one of the best maps in Black Ops 3. What was it? Der Eisendrache?
Yeah, Der Eisendrache.
That's a good map. Like, and wanna know why? Because they're on a million effing paths. Like, it's another linear style map.
3.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it does have a Easter egg boss fight as well, which actually I did it was me and a couple of other friends. We almost beat the Easter egg and got to the boss fight. But the only thing is, one of my friends disconnected, and then the rest of us went down afterwards. So sadly, we couldn't get it done. But it was still a very fun time. But yeah, one thing I will say about Black Ops 3 Zombies that makes it one of my favorites in the franchise is the mod support on PC. Like, there is like a wide variety of custom zombies maps that you can download via the Steam Workshop. It's not like it's not like World at War where you have to go on some third-party website to get new maps from.
Yeah, I mean that's true.
Yeah.
But that's also
that's
that's just the fact that Call of Duty as a whole has changed their view set on when it comes to mod support on the PC community. Like back in the day, they hated the mod community. They couldn't stand it. I mean, one of the things that made COD 4 so popular back in the day after its life cycle ended was, you know, the mod. I mean, Prop Hunt originated as a mod, and now it's an actual game mode that you can load up and play in the full game. But that started, you know, just fans of the series modding the game. I mean, there's so many different modes, but Activision had never supported that previously.
Yeah, it's kind of strange how they have changed their way of things.
I mean, you have to grow and adapt with the times, otherwise you're gonna get left in the dust. I mean, hell, we saw for a number of years there, Activision with its shitty loot box practices, and they saw that the community wasn't gonna stand for that. That wasn't how the gaming community as a whole turned on loot boxes and said that's not how we want our games. So what did Activision do? They said okay, and it started a little bit in BO4, but they really broke out, and I gotta give credit where credit's due, in Modern Warfare, where they said, all right, we're gonna go to a season pass style, and Symbol Monkey, by the way, if anybody.
Anyone want a monkey bomb?
Oh, okay.
And instead of just, you know, making you spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on loot boxes trying to get whatever top weapon there is, or elite weapon there is, we're actually just going to create a season pass. It's a set price, and then you grind it out. That's the way it should be. They learned their lesson. I mean, they saw the fallout, especially with games like Battlefront, where the community just outright said, okay, no, we're not dealing with this.
fair, the community said that after sitting down and playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, even despite the changes that they put into Battlefront, EA still has a very bad reputation in regards to loot boxes and greediness and shit.
Kyle just made a really good point in chat. He was like, the thing with, and also the thing with Season Pass 2 is that it's basically all cosmetic. Like, there's blueprints and attachments and stuff, but like, there's no variance. I mean, anyone that's watched my YouTube or had a fucking conversation with me about Advanced Warfare and Infinite Warfare know that the reason that I hate those games so much is because of weapon variants. They started in fucking Advanced Warfare, where you'd have people running around with the Bal Obsidian Steed, the game that literally, I broke Advanced Warfare. I took the disc out my tray, and I snapped it in half because I got killed like 5 times in a row off spawn by an Obsidian Steed, and I said, F this, I'm done. Like, that game broke me. I literally played Battlefield for like a year, Battlefield and Mortal Kombat for a year because I couldn't play that game. And Infinite Warfare, same thing. Now, IW did it better because they had the way you could craft your variants instead of just only getting them from the box. But still,
And that is exactly why I love that game.
But weapon variant, yes. But weapon variants still shouldn't be a thing, period. Like, a weapon where me and you can have the exact same gun, but your version of the gun has, like, overloaded attachments that can, like, one-shot. Like, the whole idea of that's just bullshit. And I'm glad they got away from that. So, yeah, having cosmetic-only season passes, or having quote-unquote variants, but it just be like, oh, this gun just looks different. It has different attachments, but it doesn't actually change the way the gun is. Like, that's a great idea. And I'm glad that they switched to that model. And I gotta give Infinity Ward props for that in Modern Warfare, since they're the one that started. Hell, I gotta give Infinity Ward props, period, because any negative thing that COD did in terms of the Season Pass and everything, with drops and variants, Infinity Ward improved upon it. Infinite Warfare, again, they improved with the way the variants were. Kyle said, I like the idea of blueprints giving attachments that you can still unlock normally. Exactly. That's the way it should be.
And I'm really glad that
if there are weapon variants in a game, they definitely need to be something that you're capable of unlocking without spending thousands of dollars.
Exactly.
True.
And I mean the other thing too that go ahead.
Did it take me forever to grind out, like, the top-tier weapon variants in Infinite Warfare? Yes, it did. It took absolutely ages. But you can do it.
Yes.
And I'm sure grinding for weapon variants in that game probably took just as long as trying to go for black sky camo.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yes, it did.
I'll tell you I'm gonna go ahead and open up this other door now because I'm sick of not having that open.
That's fair.
The thing that got me, and I don't remember if Infinite Warfare had that or not, Nick, you can ring my memory, but in Advanced Warfare, there were, hold on, what did Kyle say? It's not pay to win, it's a pay to get a tiny bit of head start advantage. Like, yeah, no, 100%. It's not like, I mean, yeah, for getting, me and you both have the, the Legendary Edition of this game, and it's not like, so we got like, what, 20 tier skips? Whoa, 20 tier skips. It's not like game breaking or anything, like it's just we get a little bit of a head start in the Season Pass. But no, in Advanced Warfare, they didn't just have weapon variants, they had score streak variants. So like you had it where like, someone would pop a counter UAV, and instead of it just like shutting your map down, it would nuke your exos. So you didn't have the ability to exo boost in a game centered around exo movement.
So, wait, that was actually wait, wasn't it the counter UAV or? Oh wait, it was the system hack that did that. Disabled your that had the ability to disable the exo.
Yes, but there was a variant of the counter UAV that did the same thing.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
There were score streak variants in that game. Granted, most of them were not broken. There were a select few, like there's the Warden that also is an emergency airdrop.
You're right, yep, I remember that. So yeah, Infinite Warfare had variants.
Now the difference is the Infinite Warfare variants, they changed the price of this. I don't recall them doing that in Anthem.
They did.
They did, yeah.
Okay.
But the thing, but that's the thing though. Yeah, they changed. I don't like score streak variants because again, I don't like the idea of like someone getting like a UAV, and yeah, it would bump the price up, but like it's still, you know, not as expensive as going for like a
Anyone want to help?
as going for like a chopper gunner or something. So like someone would get like a UAV and it'd be like a boosted UAV. So like yeah, like I said, it would brick your exos in a game built around exo movement. Or what's another one? Like there'd be like a sentry gun, but instead of
my UAV that lasted for like 3 minutes.
Yeah, or there'd be a sentry gun that shot rockets and was like indestructible. Like that's
the Hydra.
All right.
yeah.
And not only that, you can make the UAV act like either a counter UAV where it just disables the radar, or an advanced UAV where it just pings arrows around the map, like all at the same time.
Yeah.
I still know what it's called. I had the Rat Pack UAV, which had like 3 UAVs fly over instead of just 1, and it lasted forever.
Yep. So like stuff like that, like.
Guy.
Is it a cool idea, like, as a concept? Yes, but in practice, it doesn't work. It doesn't work at all. Because it's just, it makes the game way too chaotic. Now, it is fun, and I appreciate the fact that, and I give Infinity Ward, again, credit for this. IW was insane, but they leaned into the craziness. They didn't half-ass it.
Oh, yeah.
They went full balls to the wall. They said, this game is not going to be your basic COD. This is going to be insanity at its finest, and we're going to lean fully into it. They had a mode where you killed people with gestures. It was called Gesture Warfare. And it was probably my favorite game mode ever. Like, there was another thing where, like, it was a shotgun that could turn into a sniper. Like,
yeah, the Proteus.
Yeah, and that was like the most broken thing ever when it came out.
Like, that is absolutely batshit.
Yeah, well, that's basically, they said, if I'm going to be developing a game that is the equivalent of a crack baby, I'm going to give said crack baby more crack.
And I even, when I reviewed the game, I even said, like, I give Infinity Ward credit for the fact that they went full steam ahead. Like, they actually tried to make the game, like, they didn't try to, like, you know, half-ass it or anything. They were like, nope, this is our game. Either you like it or you don't. This is where we're going with it. They didn't do a World War II, where, like, they started to do something different, and then they got scared, so they retracted everything. Now, I give Sledgehammer credit for that because the community really effing hated it, and I do think the game got better for it. But I do like to see game developers kind of stick to their guns when they have an idea and go, yep, this is what we have planned. An example of the developer caving in and it not working well is with Modern Warfare. They were trying to do this like pseudo-realistic, like almost like Battlefield Rainbow style. It was like this weird amalgamation of the game, but you kind of saw what they were going for. I mean, time to kill was super quick. The gameplay was slow and methodical. A lot of people on headies, posted up in power positions. Like, you knew what they were going for. But the community was like, this isn't COD. What are you doing? Why is there no mini-map? Why is everything so slow? And keep in mind the fact that we had just came off, not just Exos, but we had just came off of Black Ops 4, which was the fastest paced COD ever. I think more fast paced than any of the jetpack games, and that was a boots on the ground game. So to go from a game like that to Modern Warfare, which is a complete opposite style, it threw people off. So people were like, okay, what are you doing? Now, instead of sticking to their guns and going, yeah, we're going to, this is the game that we made, we're sticking to it, you like it, you don't like it, oh well, they caved. And we got this, like, weird bastardization of the game, where, like, all of a sudden, instead of ARs and LMGs and snipers, it became a very sub-heavy, sub-dominant game, where, like, the MP5 ran supreme, which was just weird, and you had people running ARs with no sights, period. It was weird. I didn't understand that at all.